Welcome back to Nomad Life Success Podcast. If you're tired of dreaming about freedom while stuck in the same routine, or you've tried the nomad thing and hit visa walls, tax headaches, or income that won't stretch, you're exactly where I was a few years ago. Every week, we cut through the hype and get straight to what works. Real strategies, visa-friendly countries, high-demand remote skills, and income blueprints that let ordinary people build extraordinary freedom. So settle in, grab whatever fuels you today, and let's keep building yours, one smart, doable step at a time. Quick hook. Imagine you fly to a long-stay visa appointment with bank statements, contracts, and screenshots. You know you have steady income, but the officer looks through them and says the payments look inconsistent. No timestamps on invoices, and some receipts are screenshots of chat messages. Suddenly, your 6 months of planning is paused. That's what happened to a listener last year. Income was real, but the payment trail wasn't visa-proof.
Ouch! I hate that. You can have the numbers, but not the paper trail. Today, we're fixing that. Practical Playbook you can start in a week. We'll target examples for people in Latin America and Southeast Asia, plus security steps so your payment history stays intact and admissible.
Here's the promise. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear list of accounts and processors to set up, an invoice and retainer template you can copy, routing tips to avoid frozen accounts, and a 3-item checklist to make your payments visa-proof in 7 days. No legal advice. Verify specifics for your target country, but these are tactics that actually hold up in practice. Okay, main point 1. Which global accounts and processors actually produce the sort of time-stamped, verifiable documents visa officers accept? Start with the obvious, Stripe. Stripe gives itemized receipts, settlement reports, and time-stamped payouts. Pros, clear invoices, built-in subscriptions, exportable CSVs. Cons, verification can be picky for some passports, and Stripe availability depends on your country of incorporation.
Add Wise for bank-like receipts. Wise provides time-stamped transfers and conversion records that show who paid you, the date, and the exact FX rate. That's gold when an officer asks about consistent income. Payoneer is another option, widely accepted by freelancing platforms and useful for weak passport nomads because it issues their own statements that look like bank statements.
Local bank statements matter too. If you can get a local account in your host country, the stamped PDF from the local bank with your name and regular deposits adds local credibility. E-wallets like PayPal and Revolut can help, but be aware some visa officers view e-wallet balances as less formal unless accompanied by invoices or contracts.
Country examples. For Mexico and Colombia, a mix of Wise plus a local bank PDF plus Stripe receipts generally works. In Southeast Asia, Thailand and Indonesia, officers often want international receipts plus a local proof of funds, so Wise or Payoneer paired with a local savings PDF is useful. Always export PDFs directly from the provider. Screenshots are weaker evidence.
Main point 2. Invoicing and retainer clauses. This is where you turn raw payments into visa-friendly documents. Use a proper invoice system, FreshBooks, QuickBooks, Wave, or Stripe invoicing that timestamps invoices and records payment method. Templates matter. Header with your business name, client contact, invoice number, clear service description, dates, amounts, payment method, and a clause about recurring billing if applicable.
Here's a short retainer clause you can copy. Client agrees to a recurring retainer of amount USD, billed on the first of each month for ongoing services. Payments processed through processor name. Client authorizes automatic monthly charges until terminated in writing. That language makes subscriptions look intentional and steady. Visa officers like regularity.
Client scripts are equally practical. Ask your client, would you mind switching my billing to company invoicing via Stripe/Wise so I can keep clean records for long-term travel paperwork? It will help me maintain continuity of service. Most clients say yes. If a client will not switch, ask for monthly emailed invoices on company letterhead that include payment confirmation lines, date, amount, and transaction ID.
One tip on receipts, save both sides, the invoice issued and the payment receipt with transaction ID. Export CSVs of payouts from Stripe or Payoneer and keep them with the invoice PDFs. These cross-checks are what visa officers and banks love to see.
Main point 3. Cross-border cash flow strategies and common pitfalls. First, routing. Don't put everything through a single processor. Use at least 2 reputable paths. For example, Stripe for direct client billing and Wise for international transfers. This avoids a single point of failure if one account is frozen.
Currency conversions leave a trail too. Export Wise conversion receipts. Those show the chain. Client payment in euro, Wise conversion, USD deposit to your account. That chain helps answer questions about how much you actually received after fees. Also, avoid odd patterns like routing large single payments through third-party services. That flags accounts. Keep amounts consistent with your business profile.
Avoiding frozen accounts. Keep KYC documents current. Use business accounts where possible. And don't open multiple accounts with conflicting personal details. If an account is frozen, you'll need a paper trail. Contracts, invoices, client emails confirming payments, and photos of official IDs. That speeds up resolution with support teams and with visa officers if needed.
I have a hacker's PSA. Keep 2-factor authentication and a password manager. If someone takes over an email tied to invoices, your entire trail vanishes. From a security angle, set up backup email and authorize a recovery contact, especially when you're jumping countries.
Time for short anecdotes and Q&A. Real quick listener wins. I had a listener from a weak passport country who combined a Payoneer statement, 3 months of Stripe subscription invoices, and a client attestation letter. Visa officer accepted it. Key was consistent monthly amounts and a client letter on company letterhead confirming the retainer.
Counterpoint, I coached a nomad whose PayPal was frozen after a large deposit from a new client. He recovered by providing contracts, invoices, and bank statements showing the payment chain, but it took weeks. Lesson? Stagger large invoices when possible and keep alternate processors ready. Okay, recap and key takeaways. Implement these 3 checklist items this week. 1. Set up 2 payment paths, example Stripe plus Wise or Payoneer plus local bank, and export PDF statements. 2. Standardize your invoices with a retainer clause and move clients to subscription billing where possible. 3. Secure accounts with 2FA, export CSVs of payouts, and collect 1 client attestation letter per recurring client. Do those, and your dossier becomes much stronger.
Last practical reminders. Never fake documents. Always confirm specific visa evidence lists for your target country. And when in doubt, get a local tax or immigration pro to look at your packet. These steps keep you mobile and compliant. Freedom isn't luck, it's strategy.
Call to action. Go to nomadlifesuccess.com right now. Grab the free location-independent 6-figure income ebook. It includes sample invoice templates, retainer clauses, and the 1-week checklist we just talked about. If you want deeper blueprints, the deluxe membership unlocks 255 plus courses, including payment and banking modules tailored to nomads.
Subscribe so you never miss a practical episode. Drop a quick review if this helped, and if you have a weird payment story, send it in. We use anonymized listener stories to help others avoid the same traps.
That's it for this episode of Nomad Life Success Podcast. Here's the truth I've learned the hard way. Freedom isn't about the perfect passport or the viral destination. It's about the income and skills that let you stay wherever you land. If any part of today resonated, whether it's visa options, cost of living hacks, remote freelancing moves, or just the reminder that you're not alone in this, thank you for spending this time with me. Your next move is simple. Go to nomadlifesuccess.com right now. Grab the free location-independent 6-figure income ebook. It's the exact framework I wish I had starting out. And if you're ready to stop guessing and start scaling, the deluxe membership is waiting with 255 plus courses, blueprints, and resources that turn dreams into monthly deposits. Subscribe so you never miss the next step. Drop a quick review if this helped, and I'll talk to you very soon. Keep going. Your version of freedom is closer than it feels.